So we're going to talk about the second of the motor centers now, which is the heart center. So this is all about ego. This is all about willpower. This is all about creating things in the material world. It's about our self-worth and our self-esteem. And 65% of us have this as an open center. So that means that we don't have consistent willpower. We have inconsistent willpower. And yet we live in a world where we're expected to achieve things and to push ourselves to do things and to have willpower to eat well and to do all of these things and to keep pushing ourselves. And yet 65% of us don't have that naturally. And for the 35% that do, fantastic, because they have a strong sense of where they're going in the world and how to get there. They understand their worth and their value. And they're very creative. And for people with open heart centers, when they're around these people, they give us the confidence to move ourselves forward as well, and that consistency to move ourselves forward as well. When we are left on our own with an open heart center, we have a tendency to not stick with things and quit things if we don't have that strong willpower, and also potentially we don't know our value and our worth, and we may suffer with low self-esteem. Whereas a healthy open heart center is where people have learned that actually they know what their worth is, and they recognize that they don't always have willpower, and they're comfortable understanding that and know that whatever they do will be their best. They don't make promises to people that they can't keep. They just tell people they'll do their best. Whereas in an unhealthy state, an open heart center, you're likely to make promises that you can't keep. You're likely to struggle with self-esteem and not charging what you're worth. And when you think of the material world we live in, and 65% of us aren't able to do that, this can lead to a lot of frustration for a lot of people. Now, for those of us that have healthy heart centers, as I said, we have a strong sense of who we are, where we're going and what we're worth. In an unhealthy or not self state, that comes across as being egotistical and having a big sense of who I am and being the big I am and telling every people who they are and where they're going wrong, and having very, very high expectations of people and driving them too hard. So it's no picnic having a fixed heart center either. It's about balance. It's about recognizing that if you have a fixed heart center, that whilst you know where you're going, not everybody does, and that's okay. And your job is to encourage them to draw the best out of them, not force it out of them by putting pressure on them.